Matthew. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this match in the International Debate Reparations Debate Competition for 2025. My name is Jermaine Barrett, and I'll be the chair of this contest. We are slated to have two teams contesting this match, but unfortunately, one of those two teams is unable to be present for this match. So we will proceed nevertheless with the team that is present. The two teams that were scheduled to participate are Manchester High School out of Jamaica and the Hampton School also out of Jamaica. My name is Jermaine Barrett. I'll be the chair for the match, and I'll now invite my wing adjudicators to introduce themselves, beginning with Matthew.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Matthew White. I'll be the wing adjudicator, or one wing adjudicator for this match. I am hoping to see a fruitful and spirited debate, even though there is one side debating today.
Thank you very much, Matthew. And we're also joined by Ravon. Ravon, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Ravon Thomas Matthews, and I'm looking forward to a wonderful, wonderful match.
Thank you very much, Ravon. And last but by no means least, we have another judge on the panel as well. Sunny, please introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sadiq Martin, and similar to my other wing adjudicators and our chair adjudicator, I hope for a very spirited debate.
Thank you very much, Sonique. And ladies and gentlemen, this competition, the International Reparations Debate Competition for 2025, has some major partners and sponsors, and we now want to introduce them to you. So please, Matthew, go ahead and tell our audience who our sponsors and partners are.
I am happy to announce that we have partnering with us the University of the West Indies, the Caribbean Community, the CARICOM Reparations Commission, the Center for Reparations Research, of course, the Jamaican Association for Debating and Employment Limited, the PJ Patterson Institute for Africa Caribbean Public Advocacy, the University of Hull, and the Repair Campaign.
Thank you very much, Matthew. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to be introduced to our team of debaters from the Hampton School in the parish of St. Elizabeth here in Jamaica. And so at this time, I invite the speakers to unmute their microphones and, of course, introduce themselves, stating their names in the order in which they'll be speaking.
Good evening, judges. Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Amoy Francis, and I am the first speaker, Prime Minister for Team Hampton.
Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tishana Ibangs, and I am the second speaker for Hampton School.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nashe Patterson, and I am the government whip.
All right, thank you very much, Team Hampton School. And of course, they are indicating as well by virtue of those parliamentary titles that they are the proposition team proposing the motion. Now, let us be introduced to our motion. I'm now going to invite Matthew White to read the motion officially, followed by the rules that will govern this contest. Matthew?
Yes, so the motion for this round is this House prefers reparation be invested in structural development, such as healthcare, education, etc., rather than given as a lump sum payment to governments. So for this match, because there is not an opposition team, we'll be hearing the substantive presentations from the Prime Minister, followed by her deputy, and then the whip after that will be taking a short break. Posing points of information to the debaters as they speak to mirror that engagement.
All right, thank you very much, Matthew. And our debaters having been briefed, I'm now going to call on the first speaker, that's the Prime Minister from the proposition team, Team Hampton School. Of course, I'm going to ask my colleague adjudicator, Saniq, if Saniq would just keep the time and indicate the time signals via the chat. Let us make welcome the Honorable Prime Minister. Hear, hear.
Mr. Speaker, today we stand not merely to debate policy, but to correct the unconceivable wrongs of history. For centuries, our ancestors were shackled in the chains of servitude, stripped of their autonomy, and exploited for economic gain of imperial powers. Reparations, therefore, are not a gift, nor are they an act of goodwill. They are a moral and financial debt long overdue. But, Mr. Speaker, it is not enough to simply receive reparations. We must ensure that they serve their intended purpose to dismantle the generational oppression that continues to bind our people in economic servitude. That is why we on the proposition side firmly stand behind the motion. This House prefers that reparations be invested in structural development such as healthcare, education, etc., rather than a lump sum payments to the government. Judges, my timekeeper, my opponents, a pleasant afternoon to you all. Before I move into my substantive arguments, let us define key terms to ensure that both sides are debating the same motion. Reparations, the financial compensation owed to nations and people who suffered from the transatlantic slave trade. This is not aid or charity, it is the repayment of a debt. Structural development is the process of improving and enhancing the foundational systems and frameworks within a society or organization. Lump sum payments, a one-time financial transfer given to governments without conditions or accountability for how the funds are used. I will elaborate on the sustainable impact of these developments as a result of the effects of slavery, economic growth, possibilities for accountability, and corruption, showing the ineffectiveness of lump sum payments. My deputy will expound on how structural developments benefit the people, and my member of House conclude and solidify why we have won this match. Mr. Speaker, the question before us is not whether reparations should be paid. That is a settled debate. The question is, how should they be delivered to create real transformative justice? The United Nations Basic Principles on Reparations states that victims of human rights violations are entitled to compensation, restitution, rehabilitation, and guarantees of non-repetition. The proposition has established a comprehensive framework to ensure the effective allocation and phased funding, ensuring investment, not waste. Therefore, central to this framework is the Performance Monitoring and Evaluation System, PMES, a results-based management tool designed to enhance governmental efficiency by assessing the outcomes and impacts of various programs. Mr. Speaker, we are not just pulling these plans out of thin air, but we have real-life examples where structural reparations have succeeded. Take Germany's reparation to Holocaust survivors and the Israeli government in reparation to South Korea for wartime abuses included financial investment in education and infrastructure, contributing to South Korea's rapid development.
Point
Mr.
of
Speaker,
information.
accepted.
I have a question. For these structural developments, this fund, who will be the committee overseeing it? Will it be the government, or will it be the colonizers, the former enslavers, who will make up this commission of overseeing how the funds will be distributed?
So that we can do it on the ground as well as receive proper reparations. Mr. Speaker,
Point of
slavery
information.
created,
Point of
not
information.
accepted.
No, you must
Not
accept.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you must accept. Thank you. All right. So there's a principle of economic management that informs us that it is always better to give people money and allow them the availability and access to resources so that they can do
Not necessarily, because providing it to them individually will not build generational wealth. If you give someone $1,000 but don't provide better schools, better healthcare, better job opportunities, they will remain in the same broken system and end up right where they began when that money has been used up. Mr. Speaker, slavery created structural harm that must be corrected. Let us first acknowledge the undeniable reality that Jamaica, like many other countries, still grapples with the painful legacy of slavery.